Okay. All right. Let's see. Hello. Just checking to see if I can get any comments going. Hey, how's everyone? Hey, Dougie. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Kirsten. How are y'all? All right. Thanks for joining. Hey, Joanne. Thanks for joining, guys. I've never gone live on my laptop before, so I'm kind of stumbling around a little bit. So bear with me if there are some technical difficulties. It's something I'm just not accustomed to, but I'll get it. Yeah, so bear with me. So, Dougie, you are definitely in a different time zone than us, so I appreciate you joining us for this. Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great. All things considering, I am just, um, I'm bobbing and weaving. I'm trying to stay safe, sound, and sane, and that takes a little bit of effort. I think all of us are going through that same. Hey, Kimberly, how are you doing? Yeah, thank y'all very much. So this is not our typical show, and I want to appreciate the fact that y'all are joining us for this, or joining me. Wendell is not involved in this, so he helped me get it all set up, but this is just me and crystal lovers. Wendell appreciates crystals, but the connection, I think, is stronger for me. So I wanted to have a platform, an opportunity for us to discuss crystals, the uniqueness of them, and our connection with them, and kind of dispel some of the myths about crystals from my perspective. And I wanted to tell everyone I'm not an expert. I've been a lover of crystals for well over 30 years. Yes, Kimberly, I am doing very well. Thank you. Um, thank you very much yeah. So I've been a lover of crystals for a long time, but I'm not an expert. I think we can all learn something from others, or, just our research. So with that, I wanted to make sure that we all had a safe place to discuss our ideas, our uncertainties, and just maybe make a connection with each other, because I think that we all need that, and especially in this world where people have finite ideas about something, and then you like if you don't agree, you're like, okay, am I wrong and they're right? And um, so I wanted to bring to you my perspective of crystals, and I'm hoping that you have the same connection and belief. If not, then that's fine too. I mean, this is not the Tina show. In no way is it. But because I do have Triskel Odyssey, and we do Facebook Live shows, I thought that this would be a perfect platform for me to offer to everyone. this opportunity to talk about their crystals. And so what I thought would be interesting is that I would offer up the first crystal to discuss. And from here on out, it's whatever y'all would like to talk about. But I would want to keep it focused on one crystal in particular, one material. And then that way, it has a little bit more depth to it and we're not scattered. Um, and so I am obviously um, putting out there that I would like for you to tell me which crystals you want to talk about. I have several. I mean, my room is filled with different crystals, but this is not just about me. And I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to pick out your favorite crystal and the material. And maybe we all have that same type too. And we just want to be able to have a connection to it. So and I don't know why I chose the spirit quartz. I can't tell you that this is my favorite. As a matter of fact, it's not my favorite type of crystal. Smoky quartz is. But I felt really drawn to this material, and I hope that y'all are have the opportunity to share with me your experiences on this material. And you have, if you have smaller ones, like I have this really, really tiny little cute little guy. I mean, it's just I keep this on my altar for the goddess Isis. It's just really diminutive, very, very small, tiny, but very powerful. And then I have, this one here. It's a spirit quartz as well, just a different form. And then I have, some more here. I'm hoping this is a common enough crystal to where you would have that in your collection. If not, then, that's not a problem. Hopefully on the next crystal, you'll have one of that type. And once again, if you have one that you're really wanting to connect with, or you've already connected with, and you want to have us experience that same connection or similar, then I really am looking forward to your recommendations. But going back to this one, this is the one that I chose out of my collection. I've had this one. Mm, gosh, I can't even tell you how long I've had it. Maybe 10 years, something like that. Long time. Um, but I've never worked with it. It's actually been sitting in my dining room on a stand. When you first enter my home, the stand is right there. I have a stand with 3 layers, and this is the one that was on the bottom. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what this one can do for me. So I've not worked with it before. And, you know, I'm sure y'all have done this. I do this all the time. And I will Google, a crystal for anxiety, da da da. And then you'll come up with a list of crystals. I'm like, okay, those are the crystals for anxiety. Or I will Google spirit quartz. I'm like, okay, this is the type of crystal that I need to work with for that. Oh, thank you, Doggy. Yeah. And like I said, look how tiny this guy is. This can't be, I don't know. I mean, if I was to sell this crystal, which I won't, it's in mine, um, I would say $3. I mean, that it can't be more than three. So I would say that this is affordable for, most everyone. Kimberly, it's a spirit quartz, and it comes in so many different colors. So that this one is a white spirit quartz. It's white. And then the one I was working with was predominantly purple. So you can see it's the amethyst, but they have them in citrine, and then the clear quartz. But the one I'm looking for is the smoky. Oh my gosh, I would just die if I got a smoky quartz spirit quartz. Yeah, so then that's smoky is my it's my love. Um, but the spirit quartz is a very interesting crystal. Um, you can see just the crystals that are prolific on it. You'll usually see small points all over the place. and it actually is really close into the spirit realm. The fairies, right? The fairies love spirit quartz, but that's the common uh, representation, the definition of a spirit quartz. So if you look up spirit quartz, it'll tell you that, it helps you connect with the other realms. It's good for the third eye. It helps you connect with community and things like that. And I'm in agreement with that. I'm not disagreeing. But I also believe that crystals have personalities, just like you and I do. And that crystal has a connection with you. So like this one, for example, it could do work for you. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go, Ronnie. Thank you. Hook me up. I want a smoky spirit quartz. Please let me know. I will definitely be interested. So I think it's important that you, first of all, trust your intuition, trust your connection. But the relationship that you build with your crystal is like any other. I can't tell you. Hello, Anna. How are you? Uh, yes. Yeah, Anna, please. This is not your platform, hon. We're talking about something else. Yeah, Anna, you're not welcome at this time. Um, please leave this show and go somewhere else, hon. We're being spammed, guys. Sorry. Um, So going back to the relationships that you have with your crystals, I really think that crystals are like dogs. I mean, I know that that's, kind of funny, but every crystal has its own strength, and it gets its strength from you. So when you get a crystal and you ask that crystal, what is your strength? What do you offer me? What can I offer you? And together, you work together as a team. And that is what the crystal, their properties and its intentions are. Yeah, certainly. I mean, I printed out everything, the highlights I could see with about spirit quartz. I have books, like I have a full library of books, and I'm not discounting that. These people are very intelligent. They have a lot of experience. They um, they really lend a lot to the crystal world, and I appreciate all the effort that they've done. Hey, Priscilla, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, and I can tell you that I rely on them in a pinch. If I need to know, a crystal for anxiety or a crystal for strength, or confidence, whatever, I'm Googling, so, and I know that you are too. But there comes a time where you get your crystal in your house and you're like, okay, now what? What do I do? And that's where I want to encourage all of you and also myself, rely on your own intuition, rely on your own strengths. You can't pigeonhole this crystal. I mean, just like a human can't be pigeonholed or a dog, a crystal is the same way. It does have its common personalities and traits, just like we do. Like humans can breathe, right? I mean, that's common with all of us. But our skill sets are different, and I think that that's the same for crystals. And the way that you can find that, I think, and then once again, this is my opinion, guys. So I am not the expert. So please make sure you understand that. You're the expert on your own crystal. You're the expert on your relationship with that crystal. I'm not. But from my experience, I just wanted to share with you some experiences that I've had with my crystals. And so, hey, Elise, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. So last night I took some time and I sat with this crystal. And at first I thought I would do some meditations. Oh, I'm kind of off here. Um, Yeah, so that's exactly Priscilla has really pinpointed the the attitude and the scope I wanted to bring to this show is that every crystal has its own light and energy to it. So don't discount the crystals you have in your own collection. Um, if it's a pink tourmaline, hey Linda, it can be a defensive crystal. It can be a protection crystal. It can alleviate anxiety. You also can set an intention. Yeah, thank you, Elise. You can, but the intention has to be accepted, right? I mean, there's times that you can give direction to, oh my gosh, chance collared. Hey, hello, baby. How you doing? My son's on. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Okay, so all right, so I'll get back. My children are my biggest fans, and I just love that. So anyhow, so you can do your best to persuade a crystal to do something. But I can tell you right now, they have a mind of their own. And unless they're a willing participant in this relationship with you, they're not going to give their full strength to the the power or the ritual or the intention that you're wanting. So it's always your best interest to try and meet in the middle. Try and oh, your little boy's so cute too, Elise. He really is. Try and come, to an agreement with what you expect and can they deliver. You know, it may not be up to their skill level. It may not be what they want. They might want to go with someone else. They might just be using you as a mule, to get from point A to B. And I've had that happen to me for many times where I've purchased a crystal and it ended up in someone else's collection, and it wasn't, yeah. So Ronnie, see exactly. So when you build that connection, a relationship, then they're more inclined to do what you need them to do. But sometimes they're just not up to the challenge, and so you need to know to direct your attention to another crystal. But don't be limited to what you see online or read in a book. As I said, you connect with that crystal, and you together will decide what can be done. And between you both, I just know that you'll you'll achieve what you're looking for, and the crystal will prosper, and you will prosper, and then you'll both have a wonderful relationship. So what I did last night. Hey Denise, how you doing, hon? I appreciate you coming on. So we're talking about crystals and our relationships with them, Denise. And tonight we're just showcasing Spirit Quartz, and I just chose that one actually randomly. Spirit Quartz isn't my in my top 10, but I felt like it was a crystal worth noting, and possibly a common enough crystal that everyone would have one in their collection. If not, then we'll definitely go and look at other crystals in the next coming shows. I have a list, and I'm sure you do too. Hey, Nina, how you doing? Yeah, that's true, Priscilla. I agree with you. And it's counterintuitive because I do crystal live shows, right? And I sell crystals online, but I exactly understand what you're saying. Yeah, the connection that you feel with a crystal, it's tangible, right? So it is something you need to feel. Although I have had situations that, people have seen a crystal and not touched it and wanted it right away. So Ronnie Munez, I mean, she's a good friend of mine, so she's on with us. So Ronnie is actually a rock hounder. She travels the U.S. going to mines and excavating crystals for us. So, and then Ronnie, her energy is so intuitive. She she is. a daughter of the earth. And so when she takes them from their home, she realizes that she's going to bring that crystal to a person that needs it. And so whenever if you ever get a crystal from Ronnie, you'll understand the connection that she's made with that crystal, and ask permission to remove it from Mother Earth and then transport it to its final destination. We have a few. I have one, or three on my bar, as a matter of fact. That it's three of my prized possessions, and those came directly from Ronnie. Hey, Lucinda, how are you doing? You like Flint? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I know, Priscilla. It's really kind words. Honey, that's so true. It's not kind, it's truthful. Yeah, Ronnie's got power. She's been given a gift. Yeah, yeah. And I hope that you can start back soon, bringing us some more of your treasures. Yeah, Wendell and I really miss you. We're hoping that, well, I don't know that March is going to happen, but maybe this September for sure. So did anyone have an opportunity, or does anyone on the show have any spirit quartz in your collection? Have you had the opportunity to sit with the crystal and connect with it? And I'd like to hear about your experience with it. So what I did last night, and I'll give you just a overview. Um, you have several. Okay, Kirsten. Oh, yeah, I know. It's been too long. So, Kirsten, have you sat with the crystal, any that's in your collection? Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, I remember now. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't connect that, Lucinda. Thank you. They serve different purposes, right? Okay, so Chance, you keep your citrine by the door. Okay, so that's perfect. So you're actually inviting prosperity into the home. That's good. I mean, we need that. I actually have a little a green colander, and I fill it with prosperity crystals and herbs. That's at the front. That's actually in the front room, which is in my dining room. And see, so Kirsten, she actually um, has different purposes for her spirit quartz. You haven't worked with them yet? Ooh, Nina, nice. I love smoky citrine. Okay, so Ronnie, Lucinda is a really close friend of mine as well, Ronnie. So I'm going to have to connect you two. Yeah, so Lucinda has a connection right now with Flint. And so, Ronnie, you two need to talk. Lucinda lives in Florida, and she's also an intuitive and an empath. And I think that you two would get along really well. Ah, yeah. You know what? Animals are extremely intuitive, and they connect extremely well to the energetic fields. And actually, I have some cages, then we put some crystals in with my grand dogs. Okay, so yeah, so the first piece you got was a spirit quartz. Isn't that interesting, Priscilla? Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just can't ignore the signs. You really have to pay attention. The universe will continually give you messages. It's up to us to answer and pay attention. Oh, yeah, I know. So that's what I really liked about this piece, so it goes in so many different directions. So it's not just singular, right? It's such an amazing piece. I love the clusters myself. Yeah, you know what, Joanne? I am just in that same boat. I mean, I'll have to tell you, I mean, I've had this crystal. Okay, I'm getting not used to the camera. I've had this crystal. Uh, I can't even tell you when I got it. Well over 10 years, and it's sitting on my shelf collecting dust. I did not do anything with it until last night before the show. And I mean, that happens. I mean, I've got so many crystals here. A lot of them I just collect because they look pretty. Some of them I'm really drawn to. Others I use for my healing sessions. So they all serve different purposes. Yeah, I can imagine, Priscilla. Yeah, it's to me, when you find that one crystal that you have a connection with, it's like a love affair, right? I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, your heart starts to flutter a little bit, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you, and you've been waiting for me. So it's really cool. Yeah, I can definitely say that I've had a few of those myself, and I've actually had one crystal, and I'll not forget it. I feel regretful that I didn't bring it home with me. Um, it was a fluorite, and it was in Livingston, Texas, at a crystal shop, and I said no to it the first time, and when we went back the second time, I was looking for it, and it was gone. Oh man, I felt so. I mean, I was like, oh, it got away. It was the one crystal that got away. Yeah, I know Iolite's one of yours. And we'll have to do one on Iolite. Yeah, we certainly will. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I've got several pieces of Iolite as myself, so um, I'll put that on the list. I've got several pieces that I want to talk about. Black Apache tears? Yeah, Ronnie, I've actually been on the lookout for some that I could offer to our clients. I have a few in my personal collection. You're right. I mean, they are pretty intense crystals. You have to be prepared to work with them. It's going to dredge up a lot of emotions. You have to approach a Black Apache tear, I'm sorry, with the mentality is that I'm about to be taken through some past lives, and I need to deal with it because it's not gonna let you go until you're ready. That's my experience with Black Apache. I know, Priscilla. Isn't it funny how you just like you're so regretful of like, oh, I can't believe I let that one go. Yeah, so Lucinda, but I think that's a really special part of who you are. You connect people, and I think that you get the crystal, and then you almost like define it or interpret it and recognize what it's for. And then when you meet somebody that needs that, then you hand it off. So I think that you're one of the rare breeds, Lucinda. I think you should cherish that aspect about yourself. Oh, do you, Ronnie? Okay, we're gonna have to do a trade then, hon. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Ronnie right now is in North Texas, but she lived in Utah. Oh, really? Oh, I love that. That would be so cool. Yeah, keeping that close to your heart, it's a remembrance. It's a memorial, of the past and things that have gone, that have happened in ancestral line, um, your past lives. It's really important to remember that. Ocean jasper? I'm telling you, ocean jasper is one for you. Fluorite's been one for me lately, at least, and I can't even tell you the reason why. I admire fluorite, but I've never really fallen in love, but I have just recently. Okay, so Linda has an amethyst spirit quartz been in your grid for several months. But I think for it to do something else. I just don't know what right now. Okay, so Linda, I'm gonna explain to y'all what I did last night. So if you'll just bear with me. So I thought that I would first meditate with the crystal and hold it in my hand and think, okay, I'll just quiet down and try and connect with the crystal. Um, but I was just sitting there and I would nothing was happening. I was like, okay, this is not working for me. So I picked up one of my rattles and I held the crystal in my non-dominant hand, my passive hand, and I was rattling with my dominant hand. And all of a sudden, I mean, it just started happening for me. So that was the breakthrough. It was like, okay, this is what I should have been doing. So what I found was that I saw the energy of the crystal. It took somewhat of a human form. Um, it was almost then it actually told me its name, and this crystal, um, the name is Sprite, not the drink. Um, it was rainbow ish in form. So it had pale rainbow colors layered. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Um, and so what it, and I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget. So it actually, when I was holding it in my hand, it felt like water, buoyant, right? So it was actually kind of moving in a lot of ways. And of course, it's solid, right? It wasn't moving like water, but it gave me that feeling of water. It was like, okay, yeah, it's buoyant, it's fluid, right? It's not. It's almost like it was moving back and forth in a lot of ways. And so with that, when I encountered Sprite in the other realm, it was like, okay, it was it was buoyant, it was flexible, um, it was agile, it was spontaneous. I mean, it was she was actually twirling and smiling at me. So it was like she was almost fun and like childlike, which if you know me, I'm not that way. I think I've been an old person my whole life. Um, so what I got from that was that so despite what I read online and all my books, this particular spirit quartz, its strengths are to help me become more spontaneous and fun loving and being able to smile and get enjoyment out of the little things and it not to be so serious. And so although it does have its same characteristics as what you would read online, but this one in particular, it gives me more, or it maybe not more, but it says, okay, yeah, I can do all of that, but this is what else I can do too. So if you give me the opportunity, if you give me the possibility, yeah, then this is what I can do with you. So that's where I feel like this spirit quartz strengths are, so and once again, it, that's this quartz. Your quartz can have a totally different strength. It can do more things or, different things. And that's going to be up to you and your quartz. It's going to have to be an agreement to your relationship. Yeah. So Priscilla, yeah, you also seem like that too. Yeah. The Fae, I know. Um, the spirit quartz, I always think that when I see a spirit quartz that the fae and the fairy realm are just beyond the corner, right? Yeah, they're if you could make a fairy garden or any type of area that the Fae would be welcome, you need to make sure you include spirit quartz. Yeah, that's how I think that they'll be right at home and appreciative of what you did for them. Does anyone have an experience that you'd like to share with your spirit quartz or any crystals that you want to talk about the next show? I'm hoping that we can do this often. Yeah. So Lucinda, if you don't, I mean, meditation's great. I mean, I do meditate with my crystals, but I needed movement with this one. So I just wanted to go ahead and use my rattle instead. So if you have a rattle, a drum, anything that percussion, that'll help you get to the other realms. And I think it actually relaxes you because it takes your mind off of oh, I gotta connect, I gotta connect, gotta connect. What if I don't connect? Okay, I'm not doing this right. Okay, what if, what if I connect and I don't believe? So then self-doubt sets in. So, I really think that the percussion, the drum or the rattle, or I have some seeds in the back, something like that. Kind of, it's almost a distraction in a lot of ways. It takes you out of your human form and allows you to open up to the other realms. So try it. You might be surprised at what can come about. But if it doesn't work, oh, you always see a baby girl. Wow. Okay. So yeah, so that it could be that there's a spirit there that represents, growth, um, a new beginning. Um, Trust. I mean, babies. I mean, so I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but yeah, explore that. Try and see what that means for you. Yeah. So Priscilla, that's exactly right. I think we get in our way a lot. I mean, I think we really try and we have expectations of what we're supposed to see and what we're supposed to realize or experience, and then when we do see something, we discount it. Yeah, so just relax and let it go. Oh, yeah. Black tourmaline, rose quartz, and mahogany obsidian. Linda, that's a really unique combination. Hey, Angel, how are you doing, hon? Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're just chit-chatting about crystals. I introduced a conversation about spirit quartz, but we're just throwing ideas out there and our favorite crystals and things like that. So there's no agenda, there's no platform, there's no nothing. It's just I wanted to give everyone a safe place and just talk about crystals and communicate and bounce ideas off of each other. So thank you for joining. Yeah, well, Linda has been going through some surgeries, so I think that might be a part of the connection there, Linda. Yeah, yeah, I think that might be it. But once again, um, I'm not an expert. You are. Y'all are the experts with your crystals. And I've never met a crystal yet that told me I was lying, and I'm sure you haven't either. So stand strong in your convictions and your beliefs. And once again, definitely, if you're connecting with the crystal in a certain way and somebody says, oh, you can't do that with that type of crystal, then, just don't argue with them, of course. Everyone has their beliefs, but just know that you are on the right path because that connection and you have made that connection. And that's the truth, not what I tell you it or anyone else. Yeah, thank you. Listen, I do too. I've been needing this actually. Um, Wendell and I, we talk about crystals a lot, but and I do try to talk about them during our shows, but it's not the same. This is not about selling, and I don't even want to even consider that. This is the connection with crystals. It's crystal conversations. Yeah, I think so too, Kirsten. I really do. Yeah, so Angel, you're Smoky. Oh my gosh, my heart melts whenever I hear Smoky. And I think what I'd like to do is offer that up for next week's conversation is Smoky Quartz, if y'all are agreeable to that. Um, and then if you can, just tell me what your experiences are. If you can, if you have a Smoky, do a little bit of work with it. Try and sit with it, meditate or use a rattle or a drum. And it doesn't even have, you can use anything for a percussion. I know. Well, that's cool. Yeah, absolutely, Linda, you can't argue. You can't argue. Oh yeah, thanks, Denise. Yeah. Well, my goal is to do this every Wednesday night, as schedules allow. But I want to be as consistent as I can, just to give us an opportunity to look forward to a time when we can come together and discuss, how we feel about our crystals and how that crystal can help us. Oh yeah, mine too, Denise. If I was to be put on a desert island and they said you could take one crystal with you, it'd be smoky quartz. Yep, it would. And I can't tell you why. It's just when I first found out that smoky quartz it was able to transmute negative energy. I was thinking, oh my gosh, really? Okay, so you have all this negative energy coming toward you, right? And instead of deflecting it, and it's still bouncing, hitting you, and things like that. I'm thinking, okay, take it, transform it, and use that energy. I mean, okay, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Smoky quartz. I'm in love. I'm in love. Yeah, it's perfect for me. Yeah, absolutely. And it's beautiful looking, right? So how can you deny that? So yeah, it's really one of my, and it's so common too, which I even love that too. So anyone can afford smoky quartz. It's everywhere. Any shop you go into, you can see a smoky quartz. So to me, that's even just much of appealing. It's not rare, it's not expensive. Everyone can get the benefit of it. I like that very much. And that's another thing too. I'm going to try and do is just focus on crystals that are common and not really expensive. Like I probably wouldn't introduce moldavite, for example, or something like that, to where it's so rare and so expensive that we wouldn't have a way of discussing it. But if there's any other crystal that you want to discuss, I'm all ears for that. Yeah, mine too. Mine too. Um, oh, tourmaline and smoky quartz. Is it black tourmaline, Priscilla? That would be really nice. Yeah, I'll have to show you. So I'm here in my ritual room. Um, I'm just gonna go over here. So this is, yeah, sorry. This is one of my prize smokies. I absolutely love this piece. Danburite. Priscilla actually sent me a Danburite. Yeah, Priscilla, I have that on my, let me see if I can show it to you. Probably not. Um, no, I can't. Sorry. It's on my floor with I have a basket full of healing crystals. Um, And Priscilla's, she gifted me with a Danburite. I know, so it's in there. I actually used it 2 healings ago. Yeah, I used it. It was extremely powerful, Priscilla. Thank you very much. Yeah, I treasure things like that. Yeah, yeah. To me, it's when a gift is given from the heart, then I mean that's you get the recipient, my energy, and your energy. Moldavite. Oh, yeah. I don't have any. Hey, Carlos. No problem. I'm so happy you joined. Yeah, no, we're hoping that we can do this at least we're hoping once a week. Yeah, on Wednesdays. But Carlos, we started out talking about spirit quartz and my experience and trying to see if there's anyone that has a similar experience or a different uh, take on their spirit quartz. But what we're going to do is look at I don't have any. Well, hold on. I actually have a necklace that has a piece of moldavite in it. Yeah. It's moldavite, meteorite, and Herkimer diamond, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Actually, when I attend large gatherings, I try and wear that necklace. Um, it really makes me feel like I have on a special type of armor. Um, Crowds, they drain me, as a general rule, and so I try and put up whatever I can. Yeah, I'm really careful too because it can make me very aggressive, Denise, but I that's what I need when I'm in large crowds. Okay, so yeah, so this necklace I have, Carlos, has, Herkimer in it. You have a big oh, we went Herkimer diamond hunting, and oh my gosh, that's so much fun, guys. If you ever get to Herkimer, New York, go to Herkimer, New York, and do some Herkimer diamond digging. I guess that's what you would say. Herkimer diamond digging. Yeah, it's so much fun. So much fun. You would remember that experience for the rest of your life. Really? There was a guy that we met there, Nina, that's what he did as a living. He mined Herkimer diamonds. He was a stockbroker, and then it was so stressful, he gave it up. One day he went to the mine and just started banging away and got all these Herkimer diamonds and started selling them. And of course, he doesn't make as much, but he's much more happier. So there you go. Yeah, it's such an amazing crystal. We have a few here that we brought home. Wendell's going to be making a pendant for me out of a. He made a spider web out of silver, and then the Herkimer diamonds, and then a little garnet piece in the middle. Yeah, so as soon as he finishes it, I'll show it to you. Yeah, Priscilla. I mean, you're young, hon. You'll have plenty of opportunities. Yeah, to actually, where you're at, I mean, you're not too far. The Pecos Diamonds. Oh, wow. That is nice, Nina. That's really nice. I would love to have that opportunity. Right. If you can't be there, you might as well see it being pulled out of the earth and pick and choose. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wanted to show you two guys before. So this is another little spirit quartz I have. So it's not in the same formation as you would normally see, but it is considered to be a spirit quartz. So this one is all amethyst. And then this little guy I have too. So I didn't realize how many pieces I had in my own personal collection. But, it's really funny. I mean, I didn't start working with it until last night. Yeah, so the Baker's diamonds are really neat. I like the color. Hey, Maribel, how you doing? So we're just hanging out for a few more minutes to discuss crystals, basically. No, no rhyme or reason to it. We had a beginning conversation about spirit quartz, and just to start us going, and trying to the thing I wanted to impart to everyone was that I'm not an expert on crystals. I'm still learning. Priscilla, she's amazing with how much energy and information she provides. Um, I do know, somewhat about crystals. I can Google. I have, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many books I have on crystals. Um, but I wanted to make sure that I had the opportunity to give y'all a feeling of empowerment on what you felt and what you believed your crystals were for. And I think that that's, you know, so many people are intimidated and unsure and uncertain and doubtful about their connection. And I just wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity, a platform to share how our crystal means to us. What does it mean to you? And it's not wrong. It's correct because that's your relationship. Yeah, I know. Oh, Linda, I've got a book over here I can't even pick up. It's so heavy. But interesting enough, it doesn't have spirit quartz in it. Okay, so let me show it to you. Oh, hold on. It's so heavy. It's Love is in the Earth. It's an amazing book, right? So it's huge. Look how many pages. It doesn't have spirit quartz. So all of these crystals, and there's thousands and thousands of crystals, but it doesn't even have anything on spirit quartz. So there's not one expert, and I really think that that's important for us to know and accept. Is that yeah, yeah, and that's true. So the correspondences are your baseline. So once you start looking at the color combinations, um, this is Love is in the Air, the Crystal and Mineral Encyclopedia, the Light Fantastic, and the Last Testament. Yeah, doesn't say it's a supplement. Yeah, it doesn't say it's a supplement. Yeah, I know Carlos. And Carlos, if y'all aren't following Carlos, you really need to. He always puts out amazing posts about the different crystals, the properties, and all sorts of information that I find very fascinating. Yeah, Carlos is a crystal lover. You can always tell, right? Yeah, I know. Always. And when people come to me, do you have blah, blah, blah? I'm like, I have no idea. I've never even heard of that. I haven't even heard of it. Yeah, I think it is. And it does make sense. So, it earlier in my career or my spiritual path with Wicca, color correspondence was really important. Um, you'd have to have a yellow candle for this or red candle for that, and so on, because it's sympathetic, so when you have sympathetic energy, it really can support your endeavors. So the colors are an important aspect of that. And I think we also a kaleidoscope of crystals. Wow. Hmm, I don't have that one. I'll have to be on the lookout. But I also think we connect with certain colors too. I'll tell you this, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I'll tell you anyhow. Um, and if my children are on, close your ears. For, I don't know, like 15, 20 years ago, long time, um, I was obsessed with orange, right? I Orange underwear, orange bras. I mean, it was orange. I was wearing orange, 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 and I know it was because my sacral chakra was unbalanced, right? And I don't wear orange. Oh no, my son's on. Mm-mm. Close your ears, honey. Sorry. Um, but I really think that there's a connection there, right? And I think your body kind of craves that. It's almost like food. There's a certain draw to it. Thulite? I've not heard of that, Nina. Yeah. Hmm. I have to be on the lookout for that. It's Norwegian. Let me write that down. Let me see if I can help you with that. Thulite from Norway. I don't even have any friends in Norway, but I have somebody that goes to Norway. He's actually a photographer and he photographs the northern lights there. So I'll ask him the next time he goes if he can hook us up. He can get a connection for us. You never know. Never know. So it's funny. Oh, I like rhodochrosite. I really do. Yeah. And it's such a rhodochrosite. I don't know. It's a soothing stone, a lot like okay, so Carlos knows it. Yeah, Carlos probably has experienced it before. It so rhodochrosite to me is a very soothing stone, but it has a lot of, I don't know, pizzazz, if I can call it that. It's got excitement to it that rose quartz doesn't. Um, it's almost like, okay, yeah, I can be gentle, I can be soothing and comforting, but I'm going to take you on a ride that you've never been on before. That's how I envision rhodochrosite. I've not worked with it before, but I've had it here in the store, and that's the feeling I get with it from, just a you know, not an intimate level. It's almost like an acquaintance type. Bubble gum. Yeah, I know, but they're blowing bubbles in your face and snapping. It's like one of those. Okay, very confident, very confident. Yeah, so that's how I see rhodochrosite. But yeah, bouncy and energetic. Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what I see, Priscilla. It's funny. Yeah. So to me, so that brings me back to, the simple intentions and properties of a crystal. I mean, we can all envision that what Priscilla is suggesting and defining and expressing, but you could personally have a rhodochrosite in your hand right now, and it will give you those intentions, but it might give you something totally different that you weren't expecting. So take a minute, and if you have a crystal in your collection, and don't discount its its deeper meaning, its deeper intention, its deeper strengths. Work with it. Hold it in your hand and try and see if it can give you more. If there's something else that it's not able to tell you on the surface, that it's going to need you to connect with it on a deeper level, and then you're going to be so surprised. You're going to be astounded by what it can do for you because you've made that connection. It's almost like a love affair. right? You're peeling back the layers of that crystal, and it's trusting you, and then it's going to be able to work with you and give you what you've been needing, and you didn't even know you needed it. So, I mean, that's something I think is really amazing about crystals, um, because they give there's so much there for them to offer to you, and yeah, they're pretty. I mean, I think that there's three camps about crystals. Some people like the aesthetics. There's some that are the geologists, they like the scientific aspects, and then there's some that are metaphysical, and some people are a combination of all three. Um, I am probably two. The scientific, mm, Wendell's more scientific than I am. He can tell you a lot about, how they were formed and, the actual material of it. And I I can get some of that and I can remember some of it, but most of it I can't. It's not I don't have that connection like he does. But yeah, so Spirit Quartz. So I wanted to thank you for listening to my experience that I had last night about Spirit Quartz. And I'm not going to look at this one the same. And I'm not going to set it in my dining room now and just forget about it. Oh, for allergy trees. You know what? I am suffering right now. I've got some allergies that I'm suffering with. So I'm going to have to look at apophyllite. I've got smoky quartz, but danbarite I haven't thought about. Man, Priscilla, this sounds like just you. Use together, wear together. Nina's really good about prescribing. So she has a medicinal approach to crystals that I can really appreciate. Yeah. Yeah, that's a skill, Nina. It certainly is. Something that not all of us have. So treasure that because you're really gifted. Hmm. Wow. So I can't believe we've been doing this for an hour. This is really cool. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your joining me tonight and going through this. And I hope that it's been fun for you. I hope that you've gotten some, use out of the time and that you can join us again. So, oh, okay. Yeah, you need to. You definitely need to. So, my intention is to have a show like this next week at same time, 7 p.m. Oh yeah, thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. I really do. Your support's been so welcoming and very, very I really appreciate it. And I know that it's been something that you give out of your heart. Oh, thank you, Brianna. Thank you, Kirsten. So, guys, if you can, I'd like to discuss maybe smoky quartz. So, pick out your favorite smoky quartz in your collection, and I would love to hear your experiences with it. Something that's, it could be the properties that you could read about a smoky quartz, and that's its strength. But it would be interesting for all of us to know if there's something that smoky quartz can do that you wouldn't expect, right? So let's think outside the lines and don't box them in. But anyhow, so thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you joining, and I hope to see you again next Wednesday. Yeah, Denise, bless you, hon. I'm so happy for your endeavors. I know that you are doing so well, and I really appreciate everything that you've done for me. And I know that you're doing so much for your family. Blessings, hon, and stay on the path, definitely. Yeah, Joanne. No, yeah, we all have a lot to share. Oh, good, Linda. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is going to be the one. He might be part of the supporting cast, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, he sure is pretty, isn't he? We'll see. We'll see. Thank y'all very much. Blessings to everyone. You have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.